Things are going off with a bang in Chiemgau. Günther Hochhäuser stands at attention. His Marksmen's Club is celebrating the days when Bavarians protected their land with guns. Upper Bavarians still love their homeland, and many feel it's coming under threat. Though not here at the gun club, Günther Hochhäuser's sure of that.
We're a pillar of strength.
But Bavaria's changing. The conservative CSU, who've governed the state for decades, could face an upset in upcoming elections. Will the Marksmen break ranks or take things in their stride?
They're all decked out. Günther Hochhäuser is deputy commander of the Inn-Chiemgau Marksmen's Club. Before the big parade, the biggest question is, who will lead it?
Behind the two coaches.
Behind the two coaches?
Yes, the guests of honor should be at the front.
Normally we're up front.
Yeah, what's the flag bearer doing at the back?
Each year they celebrate with a battalion festival, a weekend full of tradition.
It gives you a feeling of pride. You meet lots of old friends. It's just nice.
Does something like this take place elsewhere in Germany?
I don't imagine so.
This is Bavaria?
Yep, as it lives and breathes.
It's almost time for the parade to begin.
Auf geht's, Kilian. Links!
People stop and take pictures as if they can't quite believe what they're seeing. The parade passes through the village of Aschau, where the local Marksmen's Club is celebrating the anniversary of its founding. Royalty has even turned out for the occasion. Prince Max, Duke in Bavaria, rides in a carriage next to his wife Elisabeth. Some 2,000 people are marching here, though among Marksmen's clubs this is one of the smaller festivities. The highlight of the event is the official portion, and there's no mistaking when that commences. The greetings from the district and state captains often revolve around one word: homeland.
Our homeland is where we live, the language we all understand, and the way of life that makes us feel secure and happy.
The marksmen hear many calls for their homeland to stay just as it is.
Women, men, guests. Let's stand together to keep our Bavarian land the way it is. That's not always easy, but if we stand together, everything will be all right. God above will help us, and the Mother of God too.
And Prince Max, Duke in Bavaria, seen here on the left. His Royal Highness views the marksmen as being more important than ever.
Now as ever, we need to keep protecting our homeland and all the values that it stands for.
Are these values especially endangered now?
I'd say they're always a little in danger, in this era of globalization especially. So we should preserve our character and other good things. And the Marksmen's clubs do that extremely well.
While the prince has no official powers, his word still counts among the marksmen. But how are Günther Hochhäuser and his comrades supposed to defend their homeland in modern-day Germany?
Well, not with weapons. We should defend our homeland spiritually.
How?
By exemplifying Christian values, loyalty to our homeland, and friendship.
And these marksmen think that really only works in Bavaria. They have a skeptical view of the rest of Germany.
The farther north you go, the harder it becomes.
Wird's immer schwieriger.
Why is that?
The mentality, perhaps.
Mentalität vielleicht.
They haven't got us marksmen.
Die gehen halt die Gebirgsschützen ab dann.
Here it's about safeguarding Bavarian traditions in all its forms. But the Marksmen's Club is more than just a mere club. They see themselves as a kind of social authority, as almost everyone takes part, that holds villages and communities together and provides a sense of security and trust far greater than any government in Munich or faraway Berlin could ever hope to. They've been doing it for centuries. And do it for posterity. Will something like this be around in 50 years?
Sure. Absolutely.
Even though everything's changing.
Not much changes around here.
Do you serve pizza or gyros?
Not likely. You need to ask the owner.
Why is that?
Folks are hungry. This has to go quickly.
So the menu is set. First goulash with dumplings, then a mug or two of beer. That often loosens people's tongues. Then suddenly all of Bavaria is endangered by immigration, and the rest of Germany too.
I think we've done pretty well with Catholicism in Bavaria in recent years. And when other religions get mixed in, those values won't be passed on to young people. And eventually, this will end.
Can you feel the influence of other religions?
With us marksmen, it's not evident. But the outside influences are there when you go into the big cities. For us in the country, it's not that way, thank God. But looking at the big cities, it's an issue.
Günther Hochhäuser understands such fears, but he doesn't think his beloved Bavaria is on the verge of annihilation. Right now, he's more worried about how he scored in the shooting. His comrade Georg Winkler has set the bar high. You happy with your score? Yes.
I just can't keep up. 8th.
Hochhäuser's won the King of Marksmen title 3 times, but this is clearly not his day. You happy?
Yeah, I guess. We're doing okay.
These marksmen don't just wear folk costumes.
It's a real sport. The older you get, the more it grabs you. I used to run a lot of marathons. But with age, I slowed down a bit. And then I started shooting air rifles.
Here, 800 marksmen compete against one another in the top competition for Upper Bavaria's shooting clubs. There are real prizes to be won, including an award from the Bavarian Premier. He's not here, but has sent his deputy, Ilse Aigner. Bavarians go to the polls on October the 14th. The Christian Socialists have held power for 60 years, but now many plan to demonstrate their displeasure with the CSU at the ballot box. When CSU Interior Minister Horst Seehofer almost caused the collapse of Germany's ruling coalition, even the most faithful supporters were annoyed.
I think Seehofer caused a lot of unrest in the party, in Berlin. And of course that spreads like wildfire to the ground roots level. There's a certain discontent. She's got to try to offset that, or smooth things over. And that won't be easy here.
Please give a warm welcome to Deputy State Premier Ilse Aigner.
With state elections just around the corner, even the Marksmen are wondering how the Christian Socialists will do this time around. And can Ilse Aigner tell a captain from a commanding officer?
When state guests come to Bavaria, it's only fitting that the Marksmen's clubs represent Bavaria and provide an image of our state. Dear honored state, dear... And secondly, I'd like to thank the Marksmen's clubs for defending our values and doing this openly.
Anyone expecting a real campaign speech was disappointed. Instead, there were warm words at the award ceremony. Günther Hochhäuser's club did very well. Their senior team took first place.
You didn't think you could do it, did you? Amazing.
But who is this year's King of Marksmen?
His name is Benedict Jr.
So it's business as usual with the Marksmen, and likely for the Christian Democrats as well. Few here believe that the CSU will ever lose power.
Bavaria's CSU, now and forever.
Despite the polls?
Despite the polls.
But perhaps it just doesn't matter who rules among them to these kings of Marksmen.
So, ja?